Trividham narkasya idam dwaram nashanam atmanah kamah krodhas tatha lobhas tasmad etat triyam tyajet. Hello friends, this is the 21st shlok of the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Trividham narkasya idam dwaram, which means there are three types of gates of hell. Nashanam atmanah, which means which destroy the self. Kamah krodhas tatha lobhas, which means lust, anger and greed. Tasmadetat trayam tyajet, which means therefore renounce these three. So Shri Krishna over here tell Arjun that there are three gates of hell, which is lust, anger and greed, and you must renounce all the three. So if a person is serious about making spiritual advancement, then renouncing lust, anger and greed is a must, and anybody who has even a small amount of these three, they will have to come back to this world. So we have to work towards overcoming these. So let's go over detail as to how they are the doors of hell. So the first one is lust. So lust is often mentioned in the context of sexual desire, but actually lust is a more intense, it's more common. It's basically an intense desire for anything. So when a person desires something so much that he is ready to leave everything else for it, then that is basically lust. So beside the lust for just sex, some people might have lust for money. So they will leave everything for money. Others might have lust for power. They will basically want power no matter what. And some will have lust for other things such as food, or clothing, looking good and things like that. So any form of lust eventually leads a person to perform a crime because the person is ready to do anything to attain it. So one who has sexual lust becomes a sexual offender, while the one who has lust for money, he becomes a severe miser. People have killed their brothers even for the lust of power, and then lust of food can lead to disease. So all such people are basically living in hell because of their lust. This lust makes them perform actions which a normal person will not perform, but because of lust people end up performing them because this is a very severe desire for something. The second one that Shri Krishna mentioned is anger. Now anger arises when a deep desire of a person remains unfulfilled. This unfulfilled desire leads to frustration, and frustration leads to anger. In anger, a person's intellect basically becomes clouded, and he can end up performing some crime in that clouded intellect. Therefore, it is very important that we develop the ability to put check on our anger as it arises in us, because if we don't put a check on it, then we might end up performing some action which is very bad, and then basically we will end up in hell because of that. The third one that Shri Krishna mentioned over here is greed. So greed is an intense longing to attain something for the self as a selfish desire. So greed also puts a veil on our intellect, and we are not able to see things clearly. So with a clouded intellect, we end up performing incorrect action, and the incorrect action then leads to suffering. Therefore, we have to be very careful that the greed does not arise in us. So these are the three doors of hell that Shri Krishna has mentioned, and we have to be very careful in terms of avoiding all of these three, which is again lust, anger and greed. So that was the message of this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.